Hi, my presentation to you today is on click fraud, what it is, and what we as a company can do about it. Click fraud is using the pay-per-click form of advertising where a company pays a sum of money to the host website to place an advertisement on their site and falsely inflates the number of clicks on that ad. There are usually two main reasons why this fraud occurs, and I'm going to present those to you right now. The first one is advertisers are trying to drive up their competitors' costs by clicking on their competitors' ads. I just recently read an article about an airplane charter company that found out that 40% or more of the clicks on his keyword ads apparently came not from potential customers, but from a single internet address that belonged to a rival-based company in New York City. He said, if we get clicked fraudulently like this, it uses up our ad budget. Now, he realized the potential of this problem, and I believe it's for us to also do the same. The other thing that happens is our ad publishers, or not ours, but ad publishers click on ads on their own sites to generate more revenue for themselves. So that's another reason. So what can we do about it? What can we do to stop this? There's a few ways to solve this problem. And first I want to talk to you about how we can fix this without hiring an outside source. And then we can discuss another solution if we can't solve the problem ourselves. First of all, we need to be aware that Google has created a very good tool in cracking down on the problem. Google has these filters that detect invalid clicks in real time before we're even charged for the click. Google also has an ad traffic quality team that conducts different analyses and removes any clicks that seem to be invalid. And Google will also investigate any reports of suspicious reports from advertisers such as us. But Google doesn't have our internal data to analyze and see if this is going on with our own company. So here are the steps that we need to take if we're going to do it ourselves to identify whether we are being affected by click fraud. So first, we need to do our own internal reporting and collect a few pieces of information. And in order to track click fraud with our internet reporting, here's a few pieces of information that we will want to be sure that we collect. First of all, we need to collect IP addresses. That's critical, so that we know where the click is coming from. Then we need to collect both the click and the action timestamp. We need to collect this information so that we know these IP addresses are arriving at our site, when they are, and when they're converting to a sale. Now, a click timestamp is when a person arrives at our site, and an action timestamp is when that person actually completes an action. So they're different things. Collecting the user agent information is another thing that we need to collect that's good for determining if the particular IP is the same person. So by collecting that data, we can notify Google with this information and determine whether those clicks in question are fraudulent. Or another option is you can use Facebook and Twitter ads. Since there aren't any third-party publishers on those platforms, it cuts out a significant number of click fraud. There are also ways to do that in-house, but I would recommend using an outside source to do the work for us. This outside source is campaignprotection.com. I'd recommend using them because I researched several of the top companies that provide this type of service, and I came to the conclusion that this company would be able to keep our company from falling victim to so many click fraud campaigns that are out there on the internet. As you can see by this slide, and I will give you a handout for that there are several different things that this click protection company can do for us. Detailed reports and fraud alerts and email notifications, and it goes on and on. The first 14 days are absolutely free. So that's why we probably ought to consider something like this. It's absolutely free, so we have no risk in using the service for the first 14 days, and we should know by then whether or not it'd be a good option for us. Then what I would recommend is that we choose the $49 a month plan, because it would be sufficient for our company's needs and we could cancel it at any time. It's good for our one website. It'll cover 10,000 ad clicks. It'll duplicate click email notifications. And as you can see on this list, it also does other things for us, which I also have on a handout for you to look at after this presentation. We could use, after we use that $49 a month plan, we need to do something, preferably this outside source, the one that I found, because we want to make sure that we don't become a victim of click fraud. It only makes sense.